Hi, my name is Kristi and I'm a Silver Ambassador at Plexus. A little bit of history on me. I have always had an issue with my weight as far as I can remember, even well back into my childhood. I've always struggled with my weight. I've always had to be careful what I've eaten. I grew up eating a lot of sugar-free foods because that was what we felt was the best. We were very careful. We didn't have a lot of sugared things in the home. It was always a treat to get something like ice cream. And I just have always grown up being a little heavier than most people. I got married, have a wonderful husband, and I have two beautiful children. My children unfortunately put a large amount of extra weight on my body. And as a mother, many of you know that your job then becomes taking care of the family. I work outside the home full time, and so taking care of two babies and the home as well as a full-time job, taking care of myself was just not a priority. All the extra money we had went to the children or things that needed to be done around the house. I have purchased many memberships to fitness clubs that never got used, tried fitness equipment, videos and things like that on TV. Things just weren't working, and I didn't really have the time to take care of myself. It was taking care of the family and working. Well, I had kind of gotten to the point where I just thought, this is just all I am. This is where I'm supposed to be. I'm a good mother. I'm good at my job. My husband and I are very happy, and this is just where God wants me. And I had just kind of resolved that I was just going to be a fluffy person the rest of my life, although I was larger than I had ever been in my life. About 3 years ago in 2011, I had a moment with God where He finally opened my eyes and took the feeling of food being an emotional thing away from me, and I was able to finally get a grasp and become real with food, that I didn't have to have it. Food had always been emotional for me. I ate when I was stressed, I ate when I was bored, I ate when I was upset, and I went through a lot of commercial programs where you buy the food and you count the points, and I've had all kinds of non-commercial diets as well, and some of those were successful for me for a time being. Most of them I just lost money with, but none of them changed the way I felt about food. I still thought about food 24/7, and even when I was making good choices, all I could do was think about food. Well, after my moment with God and beginning to count my calories, that was the method that became positive for me. I would not eat anything that I didn't have a calorie count for that day. It was very frustrating for my family. I had to calculate my calories before I would put anything in my mouth. When we were at a fast food restaurant or anything, that was just what I would do. I had to make sure I had the points, the calories for it, which was all wonderful. I lost over 60 pounds that way, changed my life from where I had been. I was ecstatic over the progress I had made, but I still had the thinking everything revolved around food. And even though I was making good choices, I constantly thought about food. Well, I had to take on a second job. My husband and I made a decision early in our children's lives that he was going to be only part-time, so he would be home with the family. So he was home for dinner, he was home for soccer practices, and able to be with the family through the better part of the evening. So we needed a little extra financial money, a little extra financial help. So I worked full time, and yet I was working a second job at night. It had become very stressful on the family. It was hard on the children for me to be gone. I was exhausted, but it had just kind of become the reality we had to face. I was on Facebook one day and I saw a couple of my friends who had posted some things about Plexus. I never heard the word before. I had no idea what it was. My family grew up taking vitamins, and we tried to be healthy because my family did have an issue with weight. So I got to looking at it, and my mother and my parents are very supportive, but my mother has kind of made it her hobby to study nutritional things. And so I got some information from my friend about Plexus, and I said, Mom, you might be interested in this. I would like for you to, just look at it. I really hadn't actually considered taking it for myself. I just thought she might be interested in it herself educationally. So I sent it to her, and she sent me a message back, and she said, I'm going to get this for you. And I said, what do you mean? I hadn't even thought about that. And she said, you have 1 month until school starts. I'm a teacher. And she said, I want to see what it'll do for you. You have made such progress on your own that I want to see if we can continue that progress. I had hit a plateau, but like I said, I was happy with the new me. And she said, okay, you've got a month. Let's give it a try. So she bought my first month's product, and I got to talking to my friend who had just joined the week before. And I thought, okay, you know what? Weight has always been a burden for me. I said, wouldn't it be fabulous if my weight could finally do something positive? So I took my little measly check for my second job, and I paid the $34.95 to become an ambassador. Well, that has been one of the best decisions I have ever made. My first check was enough to cover my product for the second month, and my checks have grown every month since. I quit my second job very quickly, so I am no longer spending extra time outside of the home in the evenings away from my family. I am still working full time, but I am now working my new second job with Plexus in the evenings after the children go to bed. And it has been such a wonderful ride so far. I joined in July of 2013. I took that 1 month of product that my mom purchased for me, and I was able to lose around 10 pounds and probably close to 18 inches. I am down almost 3 pant sizes and 2 shirt sizes. So all of that weight I had done on my own was wonderful, but Plexus has come in and now slimmed me down and taken the extra fat off. I feel wonderful. I sleep great. I have more energy than I know what to do with to maintain my full-time job as a teacher, which is exhausting anyway, and then to be able to have leftover energy for my family in the evenings has been priceless. My checks with Plexus have been a financial blessing that I just can't explain. It has provided that monthly cushion that we so desperately needed. We were living check to check, and it was not uncommon for us to see our checkbook at less than $1 after buying groceries for the rest of the week. Plexus has provided us a little cushion, and it has grown every month since I joined. My team is growing every month. I have been able to have the money to pay for things that would have put me in further debt had I not had that. I have been able to pay in cash for dental procedures, air conditioning repair, we have car repairs, things that would have put me in debt. I have had the cash to pay for. That $34.95 was the best investment that I could have ever made. The support I got when I joined the team with the Rockin' Ambassadors has been incredible. I've never been a business owner, know nothing about owning a business. I joined and immediately received an overwhelming amount of support. Everybody was so helpful and provided a lot of information and guidance. And I have been able to take that and begin building my own team and supporting them in their road to success. I would highly encourage you, if this is something you've even halfway considered, take that step, take that leap of faith, and see where Plexus will take you. It has been truly a blessing to me, and I am very grateful and very excited to see where I go from here. Thank you.